Well, it finally happened, and Democrats in the House of Representatives from three different House committees, have subpoenaed Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump's personal attorney. They're seeking text messages, they are seeking emails, they are seeking any other electronic form of communication Giuliani may have had that involves any conversation about the Trump-Ukraine scandal. And Rudy Giuliani announced even before he got the subpoena that he was absolutely not going to work with the Democrats as long as Adam Schiff was still running the show from the House Intelligence Committee. But then yesterday he kind of softened his stance a little bit after the subpoena was announced, and he said, I'd really like to give you all of this info, but hey, attorney-client privilege, and I can't. That's what he said on Twitter. But Giuliani, being an attorney, who I'm assuming has gone to law school, I haven't seen a diploma, so a little iffy on that. He should know, though, that attorney-client privilege will not protect his communications. Because in a criminal matter, which is what this is, this impeachment inquiry is a criminal matter, attorney-client privilege goes out the window. And all of those documents and communications that would have been considered off limits in any other situation on the planet, suddenly there's no limit on them. Attorney-client privilege goes out the door when you're in a criminal matter. Giuliani, as an attorney, knows that. But he's banking on the public not knowing it. That's why he's saying those things. He's banking on the morons at Fox News to not explain, Rudy, that's not how it works, buddy. You don't have it. They're not. They're not going to question it. They're going to go along with it, shake their dumb little heads yes, and move on to the next question. Giuliani cannot protect himself from this. But furthermore, Giuliani's already given us a hell of a lot of information that not only implicates him further in the scandal, but also corroborates part of the whistleblower story. When Giuliani last week tweeted out the screenshot of the text message between him and Kurt Volker, who resigned on Friday because his seat's getting a little hot because of the scandal now, where Volker introduced him to Yermak, who was close to Ukrainian President Zelensky, so they could arrange a meeting, a little meet and greet. And that was specifically mentioned in the whistleblower's complaint, and Rudy Giuliani tweeted out the screenshot of the text message, somehow thinking that that was going to exonerate him, when in fact it only implicated him further. But the bottom line is that Rudy Giuliani obviously does have these communications, these documents that the Democrats want, that are vital to this impeachment inquiry. And he's already released a couple through his own Twitter account. Why were those not protected by attorney-client privilege, Giuliani? That's what I would like to know. I mean, why did Trump not immediately sue you for malpractice if in fact this was protected as you claim it is? Nothing about your story has held up, Rudy. Everything you've said has been contradicted by something else that you later said or earlier said. You cannot be trusted, you cannot be believed, and that's why Democrats are more willing to get their hands on just your documents rather than making you come in and having a spectacle by testifying before Congress. That's not going to end well for anybody, but it's certainly not going to end well for you. That's why they would rather see the electronic forms of communications, find out who you were talking to, what you were talking about, where you went, when you talked to them, so that they can make sure that the whistleblower complaint holds up and that every piece of it is corroborated. But so far, Rudy, you have done a phenomenal job of corroborating some very important pieces of that whistleblower complaint. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.